Hey, I'm Dr. Joanna and I'm going to show you how to do a glute bridge. This is a really simple exercise. It doesn't require any equipment. All you need to do is lie on the floor. So let's go ahead and get into that starting position. First, we're going to find a comfortable position on our back with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. And then from here, we want to find a neutral spine position. So what I mean by that is we're not allowing our pelvis to rock so far forward that we're creating a big arch underneath our back. And we're not doing the opposite where we are pressing our lower back into the mat and allowing our pelvis to rock backwards. We're kind of finding a nice neutral position in between those two points that I just described. So from here, you're going to make sure that your knees and your heels are staying hip width apart. And then we're going to press through our heels to help us engage the glutes, squeeze the glutes as we lift our hips up off of the floor and lower back down. So this motion is a simple lift of the hips and lowering back down. We want to feel that most of the work and the muscles that are really working through this movement are the glutes themselves. Obviously, we will feel other muscles firing in the front and back of our thighs, though we want to feel like a bulk of the work is coming from the glutes themselves. If it's a little bit difficult to feel the glutes firing in this position, there's a couple of different things that you can try. First, lift your toes up off of the floor so that your heels are pressing into the mat while we are driving the hips up. So with this position, you're really going to focus on driving through the heels as we lift up and lower back down. This might help you feel like the back of your legs and the glutes are working a little bit harder, and you'll feel your glutes a little bit more. Another way to feel the glutes kind of turn on is by adding a little resistance to the exercise. So to do this, you're gonna add a band to a position basically right above your knees, so that when I'm lying on my back, I can engage my glutes already before I lift by pressing my knees out into the band. And I'm adding resistance, keeping tension in the band throughout the whole movement. So I'm pressing my knees outward a bit, feeling my glutes turn on already, and then engage and lift upward. You should definitely feel the glutes firing with this particular variation with the band. If you feel like you're getting pain throughout this movement, there's a couple of things that you can check yourself on. If you feel like you get a lot of tension and pain at the top of the movement, you're likely lifting too high. It's a common mistake with this exercise, but you want to think about keeping your rib cage and pelvis and therefore your spine in the exact same position as you're going through this exercise. So if I am lifting and only lifting to the point where I basically become like a flat line between the tops of my knees up to my ribs and lower back down, I'm most likely keeping my spine in a neutral position. However, if I'm lifting too high, I'm creating more of an arch within my spine and is likely going to be uncomfortable and painful. So make sure that you're not lifting too high with this motion and you're maintaining that neutral spine position throughout the whole movement.